Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lies official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The spoilers for Day Worse showed a Belle who was proud of her husband for saying he needed help. In any case, she's as yet not excited with how Sean has been driving her away since he unintentionally shot Beau, then concluded that the misfortune likewise made him answerable for Victor's passing in a plane accident. There is simply so steady a spouse can be the point at which her better half is behaving like a jerk before she searches for different choices. Are the options referred to as Philip? Sean has had Belle's support for a long time. Hello. Recall that time he said he didn't engage in sexual relations with Jan when Satan helped her chance into beauty. However, he really did, and afterwards she was pregnant, and they thought the child was Sean's. Nevertheless, it wasn't. Yeah. They don't compose a ton of marriage manuals about that. Belle was blind as she flew. Yet, she did it. She may have slept with EJ for a short time after they split up, but they both got over it after that. Also, why did Belle choose EJ? Because Philip, her usual backup guy, wasn't around. He was pretending to die while obsessing over Brady and Chloe. Along these lines, his social schedule was full. Yet, presently Philip is back. Additionally, Sean is blaming himself. Some would agree that the stage is set for Beauty to go to Philip, yet just as a companion. Definitely, she won't be going down that street once more. The previous time, there was confusion regarding Claire's paternity. That made no one happy. Belle has too much invested in Sean and her relationship, and there is far too much ice between her and Philip to try again. He will support her. Be that as it may, he will not be answerable for what Sean accepts is occurring. Days of Our Lives airs weekdays in the United States on Peacock, Plus and Canada on the W Network or Global TV app. Check out all of the most recent days' spoilers to learn more about what's going to happen in Salem. Additionally, click here for a comprehensive history of the show. For more about what's going on your #1 cleansers, join the discussion over on our Facebook page, look at our Twitter channel, or search for a report on our Instagram stories. See you next time. In a Days of Our Lives review for the 7-day stretch of September 11 to 15, will Xander figure out reality with regards to his girl? Watch the clip for a preview of what will happen below. When Victor's funeral was over, his family was shocked to find Vivian waiting in the living room of the mansion. She dropped a few bombs, the primary that she'd been let out of jail on appropriate conduct. The second factor was that she and Victor never got a divorce, so she is still legally Mrs. Victor Kyriakis. This became even more complicated when Justin discovered that Victor's will was missing, leaving everything to his wife, Vivian. Julie calls Vivian despicable as she approaches, lunging at her while Maggie holds her back. Vivian just laughs and rolls her eyes. Maggie claims to have been married to Victor Kyriakis. According to Vivian, well, except legally. To put it mildly, the timing of when Vivian returned to Salem to share this information is suspicious. Channel at last settles on a conclusion about her extremely confounded love life and tells Johnny, "It's you. I need to accompany Johnny." They reach out and kiss. After the burial service, Sarah started giving birth, and Rex and Xander hurried to her side. Sarah promised Rex that Xander wouldn't find out he was the father because having Xander there brought back memories of Mackenzie's birth. Sarah, on the other hand, appeared split when the baby girl was born. She fell unconscious just as she was about to reveal herself. Coming up, Xander gives Sarah their baby girl as she recovers in the hospital. Will Sarah at last inform Xander that he is the father? At last, there was one more contort in John's always convoluted history. Marlena found out that John Doe, also known as Dick Van Dyke, was left in a VA hospital wearing the dog tags of Joseph Bell. John informs him that he and his biological father, Timothy Robichaux, served in the Korean War. John Doe was more drawn to Timothy's name, and as John told him about the evil Yoling, John Doe remembered that Joseph Bell had switched their dog tags and left Timothy to die, making Timothy the real biological father of John Doe, Timothy, and John. John informs his father that he and Marlena will be returning home soon. Belle and Brady are introduced to their grandfather when they bring him home later. Ideally, this is the last section in the long-term secret of who is John Dark. To learn who Rafe seeks out and who obstructs Stefan and Gaby's plans, read the Days of Our Lives spoilers. From September 4 to September 8, 2023, the recaps of Days of Our Lives include a hatch, a botched dispatch, the burial of a titan, and more. When Theresa tries to move Brady, he backs away and tells her that they won't ever be together again. In an effort to uncover the secret that spectral Susan insists she is keeping, Ava, Tamara Braun, agrees to undergo hypnosis. Regardless of guaranteeing the meeting made no difference, Ava later trusts in Harris, Steve Burton, that she saw Susan perfectly healthy and away from the vehicle before it detonated. Marlena sends John and Stephen Nichols, off to reveal John Doe's genuine personality. Through his VA file, they learn that his name is Joseph Belle and that he was in the same army unit as John's biological father. Mr. Ringer, Dick Van Dyke, makes Doug and Julie's, Susan Seaforth Hayes, associate, and the Threesome Enjoyment Medical Clinic staff with an off-the-cuff routine number. Mr. Bell makes the observation that Tommy Horton sounds familiar. EJ6, a professional killer on Ava and Xander, Paul Telfer. Ava and Harris get the drop on firearm hauling Joyce. Xander and Theresa are referred by Eric, Greg Vaughan, who Sloane recommends to Eric that they embrace a child. In spite of vowing to Rex that he has no designs to intrude in close undertakings, Phillips, John Paul Lavoisier, activities clarify that he's not over his ex. After she wings Joyce, Ava and Harris break out of Bayview. Talia is invited on board the college medical clinic staff on a temporary premise. Tripp, played by Lucas Adams, and Wendy finally find the ideal time to wed. At EJ's asking, Johnny makes a move at Channel, Raven Bowens, who's left surprised to get herself the focal point of one more circle of drama. Chelsea, visitor star Rachel Melvin, returns for Victor's private commemoration administration. Vivian Alamain disrupts the reception for the mourners. Alex, Robert Scott Wilson, is the target of Theresa's attention. When Belle shows Philip compassion, Sean becomes irritated and turns to drink. Sarah gives birth. John Doe experiences a sudden flurry of memories while conversing with John. He is Timothy Roederscho's, the real deal. He's John's organic dad. Sarah conveys a solid child young lady and afterwards slips into obviousness. It is said that Victor's will was destroyed. That's what Vivian crows. As Victor kicked the bucket intestate, she stands to acquire the part as his enduring companion. Turns out those troublesome legal documents were rarely appropriately recorded. Days of Our Lives airs non-weekend days on Peacock, plus in the US. Furthermore, the W organization or worldwide television application in Canada. For more about what's coming up in Salem, look at every one of the most recent Days spoilers, and for a top-to-bottom gander at the show's set of experiences, click here. Join the conversation on our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or check our Instagram stories for updates on what's going on with your favorite soaps. See you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.